Hello and good morning to all. My name is Jerry Don Nicholas Sr. I'm the author of the book The Voices in My Head, currently available now on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and on ebooks, in case you got a Kindle. Nook. The Voices in My Head is a compelling story of a young man, Sean Byers, who's uh, hearing these voices, and these voices compel him to do things that he's not actually wanting to do. Um, but it still takes a turn for the worse for him because he loses all control. What little sanity that he has left is being thwarted by the voices, the manipulations. Uh, but Sean herself um, could have been you or me in a younger version. His life took a turn for the worse when the voices became so powerful that he was unable to fight them off, to keep his own sanity. He struggled with this. His family realized that he has a struggle, but they have no idea that the struggle he's dealing with has to do with some quite unsavory things that's going to happen, some events that's going to take place in his life. So I encourage you to go out, buy this book. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. It's called The Voices in My Head, and I am Jerry Don Nicholas Sr. It's a really good fictional book. Um, I hope someday that I'll be matched up with the great Stephen King, who's one of my favorite authors. And I must say that he writes some compelling stories, and that's what encouraged me to do the same, to write those encouraging stories that and compelling stories that make you think more so than just read. I want to hold you on the edge of your seat, sort of hold you hostage. Once you open the first page, what I want to happen is I want that book to grab you and just continue to hold you there and making you look forward to reading the next page and the next page. But be reminded that when you purchase this book, the great thing about it is there's going to be a series of books. The second book um, I can mention because it's already in the works. It's already I'm nearly finished with it. It's the Voices in My Head 2, The Bewitching Hour, and then the third book is going to be The Voices in My Head Bloodlines, which will be the book that's going to fuse the other two books together so that you get a general idea of where everything started and how it's going to end and what was Sean's fate and other members of the family and others that went through the same thing as he did. So, like I said, I encourage you to go out. It's a beautifully bound book, once again, The Voices in My Head by Jerry Don Nicholas Sr. on Barnes & Noble, on Amazon.com, and you can pick up your copy right now and enjoy it. And I guarantee, excuse me, I guarantee that you're actually going to enjoy this read because it's such a powerful suspense thriller. You can see the beautiful artwork that's on the cover here. It's beautifully bound. Um, this is the hardback, and I also have it in the soft copies. This is the soft copy. Um, I really believe that when people read, they want to grab hold of something and let it hold on to them for that moment, that where they can escape that moment in time that they're looking to get away from, to immerse themselves in something different. And that something different is words. Words are powerful, and I really believe that. Also, let me throw this out there for you. Excuse me. This is my first video, by the way, for the series, The Voices in My Head. But also, I'd like to promote another book that's being that's already written. I'm actually in the process of having it published too. It's called "We Forgot to Remember." It's a motivational book, and this is my copy that's going. And I look a little different now because, and the reason for that is because since I've written "We Forgot to Remember," which was actually the first book I wrote. So it was actually the first book that I wrote. We Forgot to Remember has been a couple of years since I wrote this book. I just had to have it published because my story with the voices in my head became so interesting to me. Not that I thought that this wasn't interesting. It was just that I thought that this book could actually uh, have a series behind it. And I thought, let me get to work on that right away because then that'll give me the resources to publish my next piece of work, which is We Forgot to Remember. Now, this is just my manuscript for it. It's ready to go to the publishers right now. Um, and it's a motivational book. It talks about a many different aspects of our life. It talks about obesity, uh, showering. It talks about physical fitness. It talks about life lessons, child development, nutrition, following patterns, following patterns, and religious beliefs. Now, I strongly believe that everyone should be able to talk about whatever it is that they want to, and not feel ashamed or feel like they're going to be reprimanded for it, by anyone. Your thoughts and your opinions are yours, and you're allowed to say so. That's why we have freedom of speech in the United States of America, which is the greatest country on earth. So, with that being said, we forgot to remember it touched bases, and I believe, and I've said this to my wife and many others, that we forgot to remember is the book that says the things that you're thinking. Those things that we're uh, afraid, if you want to say, to speak out about, but we know it's a reality. We know it's happening, but there's not much being said about it. People are not talking. People are not talking about it. These things that are happening here in the U.S. and around the world, they're talking at it, and I think that this book, to some, may seem to be controversial. We forgot to remember that is, but controversy is the making of a great writer, I think, because you create a controversy and make people want to find out what it is that you're thinking, what it is that you're reading. But they're going to be pleasantly surprised that everything I researched, I did 2 years of research on any information that was provided in this book. And I believe that people are going to find it pleasantly surprising how accurate it is. I'm quite proud of it. And I'm really not um, going to bite my tongue in this book. I'm going to say what it is, and what it is the truth. So uh, look for that book to be coming out probably early summer or by next fall. I'm still promoting the voices in my head. This is my baby too. So, and I'm still promoting it, and I'm still hoping that you go out and buy it and experience the joy of reading this book and believe excuse me, believe me when I say that this book is movie ready. So if any of you are looking, producers and directors, for a good fiction, uh, murder mystery, suspense thriller, this is the book. The Voices in My Head. And the thought that it's going to have a series, you know, you're going to really enjoy, and really you can look forward to a great beginning and a great ending in all my books. I make sure that, because I'm my harshest critic. I believe that I believe that I'm going to be the one to read this first. And if I'm not satisfied, then trust me, I read a lot of books. If I'm not satisfied with the way it reads, the storyline, the whole outline of the book, then I'm not going to put it out there for you to read because then to me that's garbage, and I don't believe in promoting garbage. So again, go out, pick up a copy of The Voices in My Head by Jerry Don Nicholas Sr. That's me, and I look forward to seeing you and talking to you the next time on my book series, The Voices in My Head. Thank you very much. And you can go to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It's on ebooks. Get your copy today. It's what's happening now. It's a great book. You don't want to get left out of the loop in this one. You're going to really love it. And Stephen King, hey, look out. You're going to see that there is somebody else there. No, all jokes aside, Stephen King is like my idol, so I never, Peter Jackson, you guys rock. Tom Clancy, awesome. I gotta tell you, there are books out there that I read that have inspired me to do the work that I'm doing. So go out, get this. If you love reading fiction and you love all those guys, Stephen King, and you love the type of writing that he does, I don't write the same way Stephen King writes, but what I do is I challenge the storyline. I develop it. I write it. Um, it's the creative process of it. Takes you through what it is in my head. You get to see how I think, sort of say. And by the way, the character is not based on me. Sean Bowers is not based on me. It's a fictional character, a story in a book set in Fairfield, Louisiana. It's a fictional part of Louisiana too. So go out, get your copy, and I want to give a shout out to uh, my nephew Trevor Ott and my good friend Shay Brown for allowing me to attend their webinars and to seek information on how to promote my book, to get it out there for the mainstream audience to read. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for helping me out. There's a lot of other people that in my next video you're going to hear me thank a lot of other people. But right now, if you want to message me or friend me on Facebook, you can follow me actually on Facebook. Just look down on the screen and you'll see where you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. I'm there. You get to read a little bit more about it. You can actually go on Amazon.com and read a little bit of the book before you purchase it, so it'll give you an idea of how fascinating the story is. So again, I'm Jerry Don Nicholas Sr., author of the book The Voices in My Head. Stay blessed.